Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And this week, we are going to be covering our conjunction of Sun, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu. And what happens when Sun, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu are conjunct in your horoscope. And as always, if you do not know where this conjunction is in your horoscope, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all your other planetary placements and astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, let's talk about this conjunction. So, one of the astronomical dynamics you have to understand here with this conjunction, like especially when you look at things astronomically, it'll make sense as to how should I perceive reading this conjunction in a horoscope. Because you have Sun, right? You have Saturn, Rahu, and then Venus. Out of all these planets, Venus is the smallest and the tiniest planet. Size-wise in this conjunction, now you must be saying, well, Rahu doesn't really have a size. Rahu cannot be defined as a size. Well, first of all, due to Rahu, Rahu is big enough to eclipse the Sun. Okay? And that is more metaphorically speaking. That Rahu gives this illusion that I have blocked the Sun. I am so big, I have blocked the Sun. But also you have to understand, one of the Karaka natures, meaning significance nature of Rahu, is umbrella. Now, I don't know how many of you have watched my movie that I made last year called Interview with Rahu. The very opening scene of this movie was me holding the umbrella. My character holding the umbrella, which is one of the symbolism of Rahu. And so when you look up, let's say you go to the highest of the mountain top that you can go to, look around you. What does it look like? It looks like an upside down umbrella, right? Like not upside down, but just an umbrella right over our head. As far as the eyes can see, it starts there, right? And it starts there on the other end. And then you bring it together right on top of your head where Zenith is. That's Rahu. Rahu is this entire umbrella of this Bhumandala. Okay. So you got this planet. And obviously you got a giant Saturn. This enormous gas giant Saturn, which is lighter than, I guess they say, water in the tub. But you got to understand this, the winds are so severe that planet Venus will just be obliterated with that high winds of Saturn. So how can we read this conjunction now? Well, this conjunction is quite heavy on a person in terms of dealing with the burden of relationships early in life. Because remember, Venus represents relationship, marriage, partnership, love, devotion. Sun represents authorities, father, fire, strong, vitality, energy, authority, you know, like when you see the Sun, it's like you don't want to go near it. This is why they say authority. Like if an authoritative figure walks in, you just don't want to go up to them and say, hey, what's up, man? A president, prime minister comes in, like you're not going to just walk up. There's Secret Service around it, which are pretty much the planet. Although one of the ways you can see Secret Service is Saturn Rahu, especially in the second half of their degree from Karakamsha Lagna, can show a bodyguard or, you know, Secret Service. But anyway, why am I even talking about this? Gemini is all over me because I'm learning Gemini, so I'm just like everything relating to Gemini. So you have that. Then you have Saturn, which is discipline, structure, organization, you know, duty, commitment, Also, it represents sorrow, it represents practicality, reality of the world. And then you have Rahu, illusion. You have Rahu, which is represents foreign things, unusual things. Rahu is the outcast. So now all these three planets, these grahas, are right upon Venus. So the one planet that will get mostly influenced by this conjunction is Venus, first and foremost, which clearly shows that if you get into a relationship early on, you will find people who are extremely authoritative, like your father figure, which can probably signify, it could signify, you know, a father from past life coming as your spouse in this life. Yeah, man, it's strange how this dynamic of life works. But shows that you will probably run into a spouse who might be much older in age with you, whether you're a male or female. Especially if this conjunction occurs 7th from Karakamsa Lagna. Again, I'm talking about Gemini astrology. Don't mind me. This also shows that early on in life, especially depending upon the sign and nakshatra this conjunction is in, you will run into very rude people. Like you'll get into a relationship right away, but then you'll get this rude awakening by them. Like they will be so harsh in their language, they will put you down like a servant. Now, depending upon some other conjunction, the neutrality of the conjunction, the sign placement, it can show somebody who's very practical, real, somebody who's very mature in their ability to deal with you in a relationship. This shows that your father and your paternal uncle always tend to get involved in your relationship. Somehow, some way, if there's some problem in a relationship that started, and if you look back in time, it could be between these two people. Like, let's say you're at a party and you're around your family members, and suddenly your uncle says something which was so snobbish and smart that it causes problem with your spouse. It happens. But in this conjunction, I'm not talking negatively about Rahu. Why? Because you have to understand, out of this conjunction, Saturn Rahu are two best friends of Venus. But Rahu is the devotee of Venus. Shukracharya. Rahu, while Venus is struggling to find its place with love and devotion, Rahu will give exotic experiences to Venus. So fine, you run into hardcore people, you run into very bad people early on in life, or your marriage obviously will get delayed with this, but you have such exotic experiences that you actually enjoy, you know, your ability to be in a relationship. You experience love like the movies. Rahu will give you that. But also what Rahu does, if, let's say, one of the two planets between Saturn and Sun, or even Venus, let's say, they're in a bad position, it'll bring people who will cheat you. They will just use you for whatever information you have, and they'll just walk away. One thing this is very good for, this conjunction, is going into fields related to DNA and scientific research, fields related to law, field of statistics, and definitely doing government work, especially dealing with foreign policies. Because naturally, if you want to be somebody working on foreign policies, you have to be able to get your way through foreign people, charm your way in, where this Venus Rahu will help with administrative Saturn and the government Sun. But shows that your ability to fall in love and be in a relationship, first of all, will be greatly burned and overpowered by an authoritative figure. Most of the time, it's the father. Like, father will be having the strongest say in your relationship. So that's something you really would want to, pay attention to. That perhaps you want to get away from that authoritative element if you want that happy relationship life. Okay. So guys, this is my analysis of Sun, Venus, Saturn, Rahu conjunction. If you're new in my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all my books, reports, consultations, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. And also, I kind of forgot to say, usually, Venus Rahu conjunction obviously brings foreign experiences, foreign relationships. However, will you have marriage with a foreign spouse? According to my own experiences, Jupiter plays a much stronger role in being with a foreign spouse than Venus, for both male and female. So Jupiter is influenced by other planets, foreign planets like Rahu, that tend to bring foreign partners in your life, and shows that you find more wisdom through foreign people. But wait, I mean, I've seen a lot of times, I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of times where Rahu, Venus have been conjunct very closely. Even in Navamsha, they have been very conjunct closely, but yet a person has a very traditional spouse. So where my misjudgment came from was the fact that I wasn't paying attention to Jupiter. So as much as in the classical text, it'll put more emphasis on Venus, for me, I've seen Jupiter, because remember, Jupiter's tradition. Whenever it's with certain planet in a certain, house, it can show a break of tradition, a break from the norm, something unusual, something weird. So that's something where, that's something that I've observed. Okay. So anyway, guys, we'll see you Wednesday.